test yesterday, like with my passport stamps, and I got like 35 of 21, so I have
Oh
enough.
yeah.
But Mitch, I recommend you to enter to the web like in the night. Like I tried in the morning and I had a lot of issues, but in the night was really easy.
Yeah, I'm just gonna wait for it to chill out for a bit and then just do it when it's not as crazy.
Should I, Kotabi? I forget. Were you saying that should I go over there to support them or no?
Do you hear me? Oh yeah. Do you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't know. Like if you want, anyone can hop up and hop on the AMA. They can like either donate or kind of like give a boost to the people there. I know it's kind of like I think it's going to be more kind of like informal donation party. Then we'll see if we make a formal one. Um, but it's just an idea. If not, we can continue as usual with our Give Economy research call. Um, and I'm ready to start now. I have my headphones ready and everything ready. If you hear me well, I can give it a go. Okay, so
Yeah, we
GM
hear you well.
everyone, this is call number 40 research working group. Let's say have a little bit of a lag. Let's start with intentions and distractions. I have the intention of facilitating this call as good as possible, all things considering. And I have no distractions, hopefully, unless I am lagging behind you, um, which I hope is not the case. And I'll pass it to Mitch.
Yeah, no particular intents for the call. I'm interested about the numbers you got from the give drop assessment, um, and maybe the fiat testing as well. I'm curious about, and I will pass it on to Yes.
GM everyone, thanks Mitch. I intentions pretty much just would like to go through the agenda items. I noticed the Gitcoin Alpha round is also there. So would love to see how we can show more support and brainstorm how we can engage the community even more on that. Other than that, yeah, I'll just pass it on to Franco.
Hello, everyone. Thank you. Yes. Intentions for the call is just streaming. I'm gonna be streaming this call weekly, so you'll see me here, and no distractions at all at the moment. And I'll pass it on to Cody.
Hey, yeah, I am, my intentions for the call are, to sync up and see, also what's going on with, anything Gitcoin related specifically, but anything else for the Give economy. And, no, a couple of distractions basically, but, around the Gitcoin subject. So otherwise, I'm here. And, I will pass it to Jake.
Hey, sorry about that sticky button. Distractions, just trying to log into this Gitcoin passport, and it's giving me hell right now. Intentions, just listen in, see where I can help out. So, coffee room may take it back, I believe, right? Or no, Griff, sorry.
Nice. And Kotabe, it's not the background music isn't too bad, but if it's not impossible to mute and unmute it, it would be nicer. Yeah, my intentions are just to go through our round. I'm with Yas on like what the easiest money out there right now is Gitcoin. So that's what we should really brainstorm and focus on. and then also a Polygon update. That's pretty exciting. As far as distractions, just DMs. And Breachies, I think you need to go still.
Thank you, GM. I'm here to listen and see how can I help. I will be participating like with the fiat testers and the Giveth donors, like doing chat herding. So that's my intention for the call. And let me see, who is missing? Giant King.
Yeah. My intent for the call is obviously to keep up, catch up, see what's going on. Distractions. I'm at the office. I got delivery. Building is getting delivered. Phone calls. You know, the basics. Gotta keep everything going. I'll pass it to Santig. It's fun. Have a good one.
Thank you, Janking. GM everyone, here to catch up with everything that's going on, and a little distracted today. I have an issue going on around here. Thank you. I think I'm the last one. Back to you, Kotabe.
Cool. Yeah. So I hope the background music is not too bad. So I try to catch up as good as possible all your intentions and distractions, and then we can pass to the agenda. So the first topic on the agenda that I just realized that I forgot to put there, but thanks, Griff, for doing it. Removing conviction voting and start to use style voting for financial decisions. Griff, do you want to take this over?
Sure. Yeah, I think that it might be worth considering to remove conviction voting. I think conviction voting is going to be really easy for anyone to pass basically anything, and because it the way it's set, it just yeah, it's pretty easy to pass things if there's not a competitive market for projects or options. So I don't know. What do you guys think? Should we move to DAO voting or snapshot voting, or should we keep conviction voting? I guess I'd like to get a heat check as well.
Is there any problem right now with the proposals that are passing?
No. There was a problem in TEC with the proposal passing with gravity, and people were like, what? That passed? You know? And then, so I think that's what like is triggering the we should consider turning it off. But no problem in Giveth yet.
I think that the problem is that like we haven't, I mean, proposals have been passing. It's just we don't have a lot of traffic in through our garden. And people aren't really paying attention to it. It's just fine. But anybody at any point could just go into the garden and like even just like make a proposal. And I don't know. I guess we would catch it and be able to challenge it before anything malicious went through. But I think the conviction voting is designed to have like multiple competing proposals and people like more active in there and having things to kind of like put their tokens on when there's like something to look at. But when we just have kind of like one at a time, it almost seems a lot better to be able to like vote yes, no on it. I think that DAO voting is a interesting idea, but then wouldn't it be challenging for people to create DAO votes? I feel like DAO votes and actually getting money out of the garden. The nice thing about conviction voting is like the proposal passes and then the money happens. Rather than like there being extra steps. I feel like for DAO voting, in order for somebody to request funds, isn't there like some kind of confusing script stuff they have to put in a vote?
Yeah, there's basically no UI. They're like writing stuff into a terminal to make a DAO vote.
Yeah, I think it would be like someone makes a forum post and then either Mitch or I or someone that we show how to do it makes the actual proposal. The actual vote would go up by one of us. It's not as permissionless.
So this is the This is the bigger question. If we're not using conviction voting, why would we use gardens?
Well, there's no UI for downvoting yet. I mean, it's almost there. There's almost one, but
And
Gardens
I guess,
Gardens is the closest thing to UI for downvoting.
and right now we have all the funds there too, right? Like,
Yeah.
I mean, if we stopped using it, like, I guess we could be like, we're moving all the funds out of the gardens and like kind of killing this, and then we're gonna hold them somewhere else, and then we're gonna just decide on it via snapshot or something. But I guess that's the other option.
I don't know. I'm just like, well, it hasn't caused any problems yet, and like the TC might have also suffered from like not checking their parameters, over time. It's like, well, we could try and do this and make it a little bit more complicated for like a little bit of extra gain, but it hasn't really failed us yet.
Yeah. I mean, I wonder how many tokens it takes to pass a proposal for how many tokens. I agree that it hasn't failed us yet. And I don't even see why it would fail us because we're not very like outward facing. Like there's not a lot of people like proposing ideas to us. But like I think if someone bought a bunch of give tokens, they buy $5,000 worth of give tokens, I bet they could request and pass a proposal to, build something for the give economy for a lot more than that.
Well, for example, they put up that proposal for Karma yesterday, so that's up on the gardens. And so for $5,000 worth of give, you need 1.3 million give minimum. So I mean, that's about 5 times.
You need 1.3 million give to meet the minimum conviction. Okay.
So I think like $5,000 in give is like 250,000. Am I wrong? 280,000.
Yeah, so maybe it's really only matters for larger proposals, I guess.
Maybe. Just like, do we want to spend effort on it if it hasn't really caused us any problems?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Thanks, mate. Go ahead, Laura.
Maybe we don't do anything about this now, but I do kind of think that like maybe conviction voting isn't the best because we don't have a lot of traffic through our DAO, and I think this topic has come up before, and having just like the idea that like maybe we're going to transition out of this and like what would that look like is valuable even if we don't do anything about it now.
There is a UI for DAO voting brewing, so we can at least just keep watching that. And Aragon's about to launch DAO voting for their network DAO, so that UI will be pretty solid. And Sem's building it, so. Okay, we can continue forward. Go for it, Katabe.
Sweet. I actually agree, and thanks, Mitch, for the clarification and kind of like helping us to picture in our mind like the numbers, how much will it be needed for anything. But I agree. I think it's a good idea to wait and see, especially because we have changed our farm, and hope that this new UX is ready. And when it is, we'll reassess this stuff. So next on the agenda is assessing ending the streams of dumpers from the give drop. So last week, I had an initial assessment with some params, which was over 50K give claim and under 200 give in their balance. and I really could only find like one big dumper that had not participated in anything. Um, and kind of like I agree. It's like it felt like very yeah, this person is kind of like taking advantage, but it feels too targeted. It's just there was some bad gut feeling, so I kind of like extended the params to see what it will look like, and I went to people that have claimed over 25K and they have under 2,000 give or give on their balance. And then I found, I think, something that is more worth at least researching through it. I found like about 4 plain dumpers that had not interacted with anything else, and the sum of all the give to be vested for them is 1.4 million. And I found about 10 wallets that have either donated or used farms, but like really once or twice, and are mostly like claim dump, claim dump, claim dump, which soon for another 1.5 million give to be vested. And so the sum for both of them is 2.9 million, yeah, which I think is now reasonable to really kind of like invest more time on this. And kind of like what I did right now, I was checking with Block Scout, and I have a document which I should have linked here, but it's in the issue, where I have some examples, their transactions, but I didn't went like so thoroughly. So if you believe that it makes sense, and this is not kind of like witch hunt anymore, but like it's really bad actors, I could export the CSV files, like put all in a nice spreadsheet, and really we can talk more about this. What are your thoughts, guys?
I think 3 million is worth it. Even 1.5 million, I think is worth it. It's an interesting question. Like, how long ago did they like interact versus how long since have they just been claiming and dumping? To include the other 1.5 million give. Like, we gave them the give drop, they donated once, and then they've just been claiming and dumping for the last 9 months. That would be a better indicator than like if they've been donating sporadically over the last year.
I totally agree. I mean, I can say that at least from my feeling, since I was doing the research, when you start seeing kind of like this pattern of claiming, dumping, claiming, dumping, claiming, dumping, it does get kind of like personal. You do feel like and all the people that I have there, it's like they interacted maybe at the beginning if they did, and mostly like from these 10 people, it's like 1 or 2 donations or did something on the farm, maybe with except of 1 or 2 people, and everything else has been kind of like same and dumb. So at least doing the analysis, you do feel it like this person is not really kind of like here build a future.
I'm gonna, but
Yeah.
I'm curious if other people have thoughts.
Curious on what, Griff? Sorry.
If other people had thoughts, besides Mitch, anyone else have an opinion on this?
Well, I will also pursue it.
No, it's okay, Kadar. I was just like, do you have an opinion, Griff? I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if it's worth the work or not.
Griff, any thoughts on your side?
I feel like it's middle of the road right here. Like, I don't know. I'm it's not so much that I'm like yeah, I think it's kind of I think I'm kind of torn. I'm not sure.
Okay, fair enough. If anyone else has like any opinions, feel free to speak. Meanwhile, uh, one other thing that we could do, I was just hearing kind of like someone in a podcast talking about an example of reaching out to a person that was kind of like exploiting a vulnerability, and that the protocol had no idea how to fix it, and they can like reach out, and these kind of like hackers said like, well, this is how you fix it. So I don't know that we could also go with an approach that is not so. I mean, we can discuss it on the DAO, and I could do a forum post to get more opinions. But there's also a pathway of just, I know that there is kind of like wallet chat or something like that, and we can reach to these people on their wallet and just say, hey, we are this, I don't know, like just saying something. This is not kind of like I don't know the messaging right now, but kind of like trying to turn regions into regions into regions, which is kind of like our model. I still don't know the right messaging, but that will be also a way to go.
I think that's a much better approach. Just like find these people, and most of their addresses we probably can link to a name, and just like reach out to them and see what they say. You know, we don't have to tell them that we know they're dumping, but maybe we can reach out and just ask for their opinion on what we could do better, and see if that has some kind of effect. I wouldn't show our hand that we know that they just dump all the time, but you know, see what they say. I mean, if they have honest feedback and they're like, actually, Giveth sucks, I don't like this, you know, like specifically, I don't know. In some ways, I feel better about it, or I feel like it's okay if they sell the token, you know, but but if we then address their issues, and you know, and can address their issues, then maybe we can be better for it.
By the way, I do want to give some recognition to Jake, because we kind of like talk about this, and he was also part of kind of like way of thinking of reaching out and see what's happening. So thank you, Jake, for also kind of like bringing this to the table. I'm curious, like Mitch, that you have voiced your thoughts. Lauren, do you have any thoughts about this?
Well, I think that's a good idea. I mean, like you were just suggesting, doing a little bit of outreach and seeing what we get back.
Cool. Well, I'll work on the messaging. Any volunteer to kind of like review the messaging with me, and then I have to figure out how to send it to their wallet, which I still don't know right now. I don't think that it will be too hard to figure it out though. But also, if you know kind of like easy way, DM me. I can take ownership of this.
I can
I'll help
probably
you.
identify a lot of the addresses. Sorry, Jake. Go ahead.
No, I can help you review it, and then with the addresses, you know, some of them might even have matching emails, which Ahmad has a full list of all that stuff too. And like Griff said, otherwise he can probably find it himself as well. But I'll help with the outreach portion.
I know who the big dumper is.
Okay.
Ooh.
It's such a fun saying right there.
Okay, cool, fair enough. Then I'll work on the messaging and I'll reach out to you, Jake, and also to you, Griff, once I can like need to send the message. Cool. Well, then I know that there was a lot of interest to talk about Gitcoin. So we can see how this is going. If someone has something to say about it, go ahead. If not, I know, Bridges, you are starting to compile a document for cat hurling, and you can give us an update.
Yeah, I will send you in the chat like the link for the documents of both like fiat testers and Giveth donors. With Giveth donors, I didn't start yet. With fiat testers, I started yesterday.
Yeah, I think that we should make sure to do as much like DM outreach as we can for this round, just for all of our grants, Giveth, Common Stack, and just activate our members. So I don't know how we want to do that, but army of DMs is the best way. Divide and conquer.
So should I ask like Freshell, for example, like who work for General Magic and Common Stack, and I contact them too?
Yeah, but that's just the beginning. We should also reach out to extended circles, especially previous donors on Gitcoin and things like that, and DM the hell out of everybody.
Yeah, today basically what I did was I went into Gitcoin and did their leaderboards with last year, this last quarter, and just found anybody I possibly could on Twitter with open DM and just started bombarding. I think I got like at this point 60 some plus DMs out there, and
Wow.
emails, another 20 in emails just from the leaderboards on Gitcoin. But that's probably a little bit of already familiar with Giveth and a lot of external. And I know Breaches is talking maybe about more internal and previous donators, which I can't confirm by just going to the leaderboard on Gitcoin.
Yeah.
I just want to throw in that we also have some outreach templates. I can share them here in the chat.
Yes, please, that will be really helpful.
And then with that question that says, do we have a list of donors of Giveth? Again, Ahmad has like 400 emails from addresses from previous donors at Giveth, so he can assist with getting emails. But he also, and Comms went over this, he's also going to do an email blast. So I don't know, probably don't want to be bombarding multiple emails.
Yeah, and I'm really specifically excited about some sort of DMing campaign where we DM our and track who we've DM'd, asking them for donations. I don't know. I don't know if that's already existing or there's in the works for that, but beyond just our team, but like DMing anyone we can think of, basically.
I know that's what I've been up to.
That's a great idea. I did a fundraising for a project that I had a couple of years ago, and there was a lot of emphasis on like a pre-campaign. I know I was in a team, and we all had to kind of like have like I don't know 10, 20 people plus that we wanted to have as donors, and we kind of like were tracking their support. So maybe on the document that you send, Richie, I have it was also a spreadsheet where I had kind of like a tracking for team members to kind of like do outreach, and that's a way I could create a second sheet there, not only for our team members, but like outreach from our team members, and um, have a way to track that. Uh, I could create a document, and anyone could also fill it. Um, and the key is you have to follow up because people forget, and you have to like ask to these people several times, like, hey, have you donated? Will you donate? Like first, will you donate? If they say yes, then follow up is easier because they already said, yeah, I want to donate. Um, so yeah, if you send me the document, Riches, I can do uh, this other sheet, and we can talk about it on what's the best way to support people
Yes,
with that.
please. It's in the chat right now.
Okay.
Corey already add like a message draft, so I think we're getting better. But talking about responsibilities, I think I could do like the internal team, or for example, Giveth, Commons Stack, and General Magic. But I think I won't have enough time to reach like past donors or from outside, you know? I don't know if someone can help with that.
Well, I know Jake is doing that, and on the comms uh, working group, we are also doing that. I mean, first email. So right now, what we have done is we outreach to the donors and Giveth already, the ones that we have on our database. Jake has been doing this great work. Thank you, Jake, by the way, with the leaderboards of Gitcoin. Then um, Bridges is cat herding the internal team. Are we missing another stakeholder group, important stakeholder group with these communications? Or am I missing something?
I mean, we're missing someone to lead this campaign, is what I'd say. Like, usually you get someone to kind of amass a list of names or create a list of names, and then we try to dish out the names. People grab people who they feel comfortable talking to that are on the list, and DM them to remind them to donate to us on Gitcoin, and to donate to Common Stack Cross Refi DAO, because that's the big push for this round as well for the Galaxy. So
Yeah, I think that's important. Before going into that topic of like having someone to take ownership of the whole effort, Griff, can you talk a little bit, because I know that I almost missed Refi DAO because I didn't know about this collaboration between Refi DAO and Common Stack, and maybe I'm not the only one. So can you talk a little bit of why Refi DAO has this collaboration with Common Stack? Why should we support?
yeah, so Refi DAO is going to create a Commons incubator, and so like the TC was the first Commons that the Commons Stack created, and now we're hoping to partner with Refi DAO to create mini economies very similar to the Token Engineering Commons, but without conviction voting. To like Refi, we'll have like local grassroots communities that will be sort of like founders circles for refi projects in different cities. So there'll be like a commons, like an augmented bonding curve economy for refi Portugal, and for refi Berlin, and for refi San Francisco, right? And we're gonna have they Refi DAO has had a lot of success with their founder circles, and they have a huge community already of refi projects around the world, and so they just want to scale it with micro economies. So it's a really cool. We'll have like a kind of an incubator program where maybe we'll have like 5 to 10 different cities with different leaders trying to make their bonding curve, and hopefully by April or May we'll actually launch 3 of them based off of the tools we already built. So we'll launch the hatches, and then after that we'll do the collaborative economics for the actual commons with the bonding curve. So yeah, that's the exciting work there, and basically all the money that's raised in that, like, the reason that I want to pick it out is because RefiNow has been continually like in the top 5 of the climate rounds in the past. They have a huge network and are really good at raising money in Gitcoin, and so if we combine with us and we put our full effort behind it, we'll be able to get a large percentage of this climate round matching funds, and money coming into the Giveth Galaxy helps us all. So that's the concept. And of course, while we're making this push, we can of course we should be pushing Giveth too, if not first.
There you go. Well, that's awesome. That's super exciting. I already kind of like got super excited about whichever, like maybe having some token for Mexico City or wherever. I want to be part of this hatches. Sounds amazing. Then, well, you all know, also support the Refi and Common Stacks grant that one is on the climate round. By the way, if someone doesn't know, the cards of the open source software, infrastructure, and climate round are different. So you will need to do kind of like the donation twice to support Giveth and this Common Stacks. And Common Stacks also has a project on the open software, open source software. So you can also help that one. Okay. So coming back to the other question that, like the other topic that Griff mentioned, and I second that. I think that's very important. Having kind of like an owner of the whole grant outreach that is kind of like coordinating all the efforts that are happening. Have a volunteer. I know, Corey, you have led the community, the comms for the different rounds so far. And I know Suga and Lauren have like supported a lot. I did my share, and Jake too. Do we have a leader of the whole grant effort? And if not, would anyone kind of like volunteer to do that?
I can happily volunteer, but I would like to agree on some specifics and kind of the outcome that we're expecting. So I was actually thinking that with this list of internal members that Corey actually shared on the chat, I can definitely take the lead and continue following up with the members and make sure that they will be donating and advertise both Giveth and Common Stacks. 2 other ideas that I had was, Griff, if you would be okay with that, I would work with Algene to reach out both through your Twitter and Telegram with some short DMs to pretty much everyone and ask them to donate. And I would quantify that as well in a Google Doc with her, so that at the end of the day we can record how many we reached out to, if we got responses, and if there's a way that we can assure that the donations happened, and combine that, I think, with Jake's list as well, if you have something that we can be quantifying as well, Jake, and then put it all together, and then at the end of the round maybe we can just go through it and see the number of people that we reached out to, how many responses we got, and then just look at the data. Oh, and then the last point would be Ahmad's email list that you mentioned, Jake. So I can also follow up with Ahmad on that.
Yeah, as it sounds like, we have a couple people, and I love it. Thanks for championing, and I will definitely assist you wherever I can. And then it sounds like at this point you got Breachy's kind of doing the internal cat herding. I'm kind of doing leaderboard and outreach, more targeted external DM. Ahmad's doing the email campaign with previous Giveth donors. So that's another list. And then you have Corey, who's kind of leading the comms outreach there. So it's really just like, I think the four of us connecting with you, Yaz, to ensure that you have all documents you need. And that's where the champion comes in. And thanks for offering to take that. And then, yeah, if you work with Elgene, kind of how we did on the other one previously, to do outreach after you get kind of the names from who we've already submitted to you. That's kind of how I see it playing out. And then maybe a touch base between all team members on Monday or Tuesday, since it's only 2 weeks of rounds of the run.
Yeah, so I will kind of act as your assistants, guys, with Rich's, Corey, and you, Jake, and just gather all the information, everything you've been doing, and put it in one place. With Ahmad, and maybe create a group on Discord where we can align faster and easier together, and then we'll do the reach out together with Elgene.
Yeah, and, if we can get all these names in a spreadsheet that we're going to reach out to, that would just be really great, because I'll add a bunch as well.
Yeah, and we can always use it for future grants or events. Yeah. Cool.
Sweet. Jess, thank you so much for taking ownership of this. Do you see value also on like having a synchronous sync up, or do you prefer just like kind of like creating these DMs with Ahmad, with Corey, with Jake, add me, please, Griff, Riches, and I don't know if anyone else. What do you think that is more valuable? I think Jake also suggested this kind of like thinking on Monday. What would you feel more comfortable with that? Because I know that you also were not here for like the last week, and maybe you're lagging a little bit on the comms part or something like
that. I didn't understand the first part of the question. If I would be comfortable with sticker notes?
Oh no, sorry. No, my question was, what do you feel more comfortable with kind of like a DM on Discord, or would you like to have kind of like a sync up, so to get everyone on the same page on how to best support your coordination effort, or how can you support like the efforts of everyone else?
Yeah, I don't want to cause too much work or trouble for everyone, so I will just create a group with all of us, kind of offer how I can help, and then each of you might have your own ways of doing it, and then I will just adapt to that and try to get the list or whatever documents that each person is working on, and then put it in one place.
Oh, okay, cool. And thank you very much, Jeff, for volunteering. Any other, like, we're 10 minutes to the top of the hour. There are a few other things on the agenda. Any other topic that you really wanted to talk about? I know Mitch was also curious about what's happening with fiat testing. Or I don't know if...
there was one here. What was it? Claire was doing something on project survey respondents. And I threw in an idea of boosting projects that respond with give power that we hold in the Giveth main multi-sig. And if there's anything we should consider that would make that a bad idea. Or does that make sense?
I don't understand.
Okay, that's okay, thank you. So basically they're making a project survey, so it's like project owners answer a bunch of questions and then you give them a reward. Jake did the donor survey and we gave them nice, but then it was like, well, do projects want nice tokens or they want something else? So then an idea was that we take the give that's sitting in our main multi-sig and turn it into Give Power. And then people who respond to the survey would be like, their reward would be like, we boost their projects from Giveth.
That's fun. Seems fine to me. I don't know.
Yeah. The only angle I thought of was like, we're going to be taking up the APR unless there's like some way to work around it where we can get Give Power without affecting that APR on the farm.
I assume we're not going to do much, right?
No, but enough to make it like interesting.
Yeah. I mean, for filling out a survey, right?
Mm-hmm.
We can also like not lock it.
No, right. We won't lock it. We'll just do like a 1-to-1 and not make it complicated.
And also, we can only boost 20 projects.
Oh, true that. So maybe we like, you know, depending, it's like top 20. If we go over 20, then it's like a raffle. Anyway, just to think about anything we should think about, if that was a bad idea or not.
I think you nailed it. I don't think that there's that much of an issue with lowering the APR, you know, give it such a drop in the bucket. I don't think it's going to be a big deal. It's one thing if it's a million give, if it's, you know, 5,000, 10,000, even 50,000 give, it really isn't that big of a deal.
Also, can we like set like we're gonna do this until X date or something? We'll boost your project until whenever, because I think like, yeah, maybe I don't know if we need to make that explicit even, but like I think that we shouldn't promise to boost them forever.
Sure. I was just thinking of like the technical aspect, but I'll let Claire and whoever figure out what they want to do and then. But yes, not forever.
Sorry, I got rocked by the internet here. But sounds like a really cool idea. What was the conclusion?
Basically, Griffin Lauren said, sounds good, but maximum of 20 projects and it shouldn't be forever.
Cool. I like if we have more than 20 respondents, I offer myself to give my gift power for 1 month to the rest of respondents. Then I will reaccommodate my gift power. Cool. Any other topic in the last 5 minutes that we have? I don't know. Lauren, I know that you had some calls with Gitcoin about integrations. I don't know if any updates on that side. If not, maybe we can also talk a little bit. Griff, is there any update on Change DAO and the call that?
Yeah, actually, we had a call, and honestly, they didn't seem too excited about working with us. What we said was, okay, well, then maybe we can, as a beta test, we can first. Like, I found out that they're not really open source, which is crazy to me. And like I told them, hey, I want, you know, I can help you audit this. Just give me a GitHub link. And they're like, no. So it's like, oh, okay. Jeez. Tough room. Okay. So now I'm honestly looking at other options for NFT integration and made a tweet and got lots of options from the tweet. And Santi's looking at Zora, I think, and I don't know. Do you have any other thoughts on this, Santi?
Well, I agree with you about Change DAO. Actually, I don't think we want to partner with these guys after the meeting. But anyway, I contacted Zora. They answered back, but I'm still waiting for them to have a deeper discussion about the partnership or potential partnership with them. I was taking a look at some of the suggestions you got on that tweet. Some of them seem not to be fitting that well on what our intentions are. Um, I would also like, if you have a chance, I have some doubts with doing good. They are on Polygon, not on mainnet. That's the main issue to me. And plus, I don't know how far they are in terms of offering something that we could reuse for our projects. But anyway, I'm gonna be digging deeper into all the options that you got on that Twitter, and from there, hopefully we'll find one potential partner that we can work with. Thora has done already partnerships with several other groups, and their software, of course, is open source. It's out there. It's well documented. So that seemed a good fit, but I still want to go deeper into the rest of the option.
Cool. Thank you, Santi.
Is it Thora with a T? See?
Yeah, with theta. I don't know, Z or Z.
Yes. Yeah. Thank you. Okay. Well, we are hitting the top of the hour. Thanks everyone for being here. I think there was a lot of really cool collaboration this call. I guess I'll see you on call number 41 of the research call. Thanks everyone.
Yep, and just one last thing, help Breachies test fiat. It's a really important integration, so please help Breachies test fiat. He'll be DMing.
Yes,
Yes,
help us.
Bridges to test fiat. Thank you.
Thanks everyone.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks, everybody. Bye.